Today we're talking about finances, and I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is you can put the calculator away. We're not going to be doing any math. The bad news is we're going to be talking about feelings. So buckle up and let's get started. Who was it that taught you how to manage and what relationship to have with money? Now, I'm guessing by the silence on the other end of the screen that it would be a good time for me to keep moving and not just wait awkwardly. So let me lead into how I look at money. I picture it as going into a casino and sitting down at a blackjack table. At the blackjack table, you have two distinct roles. You have the player, you, and you have the dealer, which is the house. Now, there's a couple different things that you need to know off the get-go about each specific role. The dealer has house advantage, and so they have the upper hand. The other thing that they have is a set of rules in which the house says they have to play by. And that makes it really easy for the dealer. The last thing you need to know is because of those house rules, they don't have to have any feelings or any emotion involved whatsoever in the game. And so it makes it really easy for them to make a financial decision or statistical decision based on their role. Now you, on the other hand, you have a couple things working against you. You have odds not in your favor right from the get-go, and you know it when you sit down. The next thing is, you may know the rules, you may not know the rules. So that could be a huge challenge. And the last thing is you're living life, and you are there for a reason. And it's not all just for money. So your emotions are absolutely involved. This is exactly how I see people managing their finances and their relationship with finances in life. In this game, there are two distinct roles, and there's also two distinct disadvantages that you can actually impact. And the first one is knowing the rules. Well, that's quite a bit longer conversation, and we're not going to have that today, but we will be having that over the series. The one that you can impact today is your feelings. And so let's get started. Time for a conspiracy theory timeout. If I was an uber rich billionaire and I wanted to retain my global and financial power, there's three lies that I would pass on to everyone. The first lie that I would want people to believe is talking about money is a no-no, especially in families and communities. The second one is if you're struggling, you're worthless. It should be tied to your identity and you're doing something wrong. The third one that I would want you to believe would be not to ask questions and stop trying to learn the rules of the game. If you just work harder, put your head down, you'll get what's coming to you. And if I was successful, I would keep communities and generations confused, ashamed, and financially avoidant. Sound familiar? I always like story time, so let's start with a story. When I was 12, my mom sent me to Brock grocery store and she gave me $1. She wanted me to get a loaf of bread, a receipt, and bring it back for dinner. So I did as any good 12-year-old boy would do. And I didn't listen to a word she said. And I went to the grocery store and got a loaf of bread and came home. She was very disappointed in my attention to detail because I got the wrong loaf of bread. So she told me to go back to the store, get the right loaf, and bring her nickel back. Now, the reason why she needed that nickel back was because she was a single mother raising 3 kids on $14,000. And that doesn't sound fun at all to me. But this was the start of my financial conditioning. It was further reinforced when Christmas came around and our TV had blown 6 or 8 months prior. And she asked us, hey, do you guys want a present or two? Or do you guys want to get a TV for the family for Christmas? Follow that up with watching my mother do mental gymnastics as she's doing the bills. And I can tell you, like all the shame and the worry and the frustration that I saw on her face, like it really put me in the place that money was a scarcity. And that's what I firmly believed as I was growing up. With all that said, I'm super proud of my mom. She got us through a really tough time and gave us a great foundation for our financial journey. And so why do I tell you that story? It's super simple. It's my financial origin story. And if you can name it, then you can expel it if it doesn't work for you anymore. So the challenge is for each one of us to go back and look at the stories that have created our feelings and our emotions, and to decide if it works for us anymore. And here's the good news. There's no secret formula. What you need and what the next person needs to figure this out and to accept it and understand it and to connect those emotions and feelings to your own individual story is unique to you. So for me, I just went back and asked a bunch of questions and tried to understand what the younger version of me was thinking and where they got it from. And then decided that it no longer served me. And that's not who I was. They were actions that I saw and actions that I carried forward. Well, great. Now that you have all this wonderful direction for us to go, why don't you just give us a quad chart to help us out? That would work. Okay, challenge accepted. Here's a quad chart. When you look at the top left corner of the quad chart, you have the intersection of stability seeking and instinctual drive. And that is the protector mindset. The protector mindset avoids all risk. They are hyper savers. They bury their dollars in the backyard or put it underneath their mattress. They are literally focused on survival and survival alone. As you move down the quad chart, under stability seeking and intentional drive, you have the stewardship mindset. The stewardship mindset is hopefully where most people live. They are doing a budget. They are focusing and managing on being good stewards of the money that come into their life and balancing it with the desires and opportunities that they wish to have. When you go over to the opportunity seeking column and you intersect it with instinctual drive, you get the enjoyer mindset. And the enjoyer mindset, they are the original YOLO folks. They are seeking 100% enjoyment and experiences for the present and the now, and they think about the future in the future. They don't worry about it now. As you intersect the opportunity seeking and the intentional drive, you notice you get the strategic mindset. The strategic mindset are those that are focused on the future and investing and the opportunities and experiences that they can have. They are 100% working on being financially free. The nice thing about this chart is it's a good visual and representation of where your financial home probably sits. Most people are probably in one of these 4 buckets. It also hits the 4 mindsets that once you get past just living in one bucket, you can use all 4 mindsets, and you should use all 4 mindsets to live your life. What is it that I want you to take from this? It's super simple. Money is a tool. It's not a punishment or a benefit. It's not a positive or a negative. It's simply just a tool. What are you trying to do? You are trying to lose the least amount of money you can to the system as you start off at the bottom of the pyramid. And as you go up, it gets easier to keep that money and to make even more. And that's what you have to understand about it. You have to just start. So the last thing I'll leave you is this. There's a lot of you that are still living off of the decisions a 12-year-old you made. And you may be 30, 40, 50 years old. I don't know about you, but there's a lot that's changed in my life since that time. So if you want to be the dealer instead of being the mandatory player, think about what you got to do to put the work in to get there. With that said, if you haven't liked or subscribed to the YouTube channel or the Facebook pages, it would mean the world to me if you would go and like and subscribe to those and support us. Give us any feedback that you have. And with that, we'll close with make the day you deserve.
Two flies just started doing it on my leg.
That was stupid. It's hard. This is hard. Hard stop.